Hi, everyone. It's Sarah, the founder of Cirilla. I wanted to take a minute because I know that Natural Products Expo West just finished, and I actually didn't go to that show. And last week, I was really working on not having the FOMO effect from not being there. But it wasn't the right time for me to go and have a booth with Cirilla. But I thought it'd be fun to pull up all of the shows that I have been to because I collect all of them and I have so many memories from all these shows because this all represents to me, where we've come from and the investment it takes with time and money and staff resources and travel. And it's a lot of work. And I think, for anyone just getting started, or if you think just going to one trade show is going to change your life, or push your brand over the edge to being successful or national or whatever it is your goal, it's going to probably take more than one show. It's going to take a lot of shows. It's going to take a lot of years and hours and time. And I think every now and then we hear these really rare stories of maybe a brand or someone kind of hitting it really big, and it seems like it's overnight, but it's never overnight. You don't know what it took, and you don't know how many years or how many lifetimes they've been working on that. So I created this channel partly because I just want to be real and authentic and show like the real side of building a brand and or building a company and just what it really takes. There's a great book called 10,000, I think it's called 10,000 Hours. It's Malcolm Gladwell, the 10,000 Hour Rule. And I read this, I think I was living in Rwanda when I read it, so it must have been 2009. But the 10,000 Hour Rule is based on a study by Anders Ericsson. And this is a quote: Gladwell claimed that greatness requires an enormous time investment in practice, and he provides several examples, including the Beatles, Bill Gates, and others. He explains that achieving the 10,000 hour rule is the key to success in any field. It's simply a matter of practicing a specific task for a long time. The 10,000 hour rule can be accomplished with 20 hours of work a week for 10 years. And it goes on. But I love that because it really takes discipline, it takes resilience, it takes courage. And so for any of you who have been building a business and you've made it past the 1 year mark, the 2 year mark, in our case, we've made it past the 4 year mark. But even beyond 4 years, we're doing proof of concept work. We were building relationships with our producer partners. We were laying the groundwork for our nonprofit foundation. Like you could even say it goes back, decades, like to when you had your first entrepreneurial idea. So yeah, it takes what it takes. And I just wanted to celebrate all of you out there following your passion and pursuing your idea. And thank you too to all these great organizations that have hosted events and trade shows that serve as a place that we can get together and meet and really connect in person. Because I think a lot of these shows are more about that. It's about, meeting people in person that maybe we've just been emailing with or having like a digital relationship with, and being able to share the excitement in person. But certainly some of these shows are great for selling and actually taking orders. If you've never been to a trade show before, those are good questions to ask. Is like, what is this type of show? Like, can I actually take orders at this show? I'll never forget the first trade show I went to when we were still kind of in a soft launch with Cirilla. So we had just run our first batch of cans, and we did a show in Atlanta called America's Mart. And my husband came with me. It was a marathon show. I think it was 5 days long, which in the world of trade shows is kind of excruciating. But I was so excited and so fired up. And I remember walking into the show and like either texting or calling my broker, because I had a broker at the time, and he was helping me create sales sheets and really walking me through like the nuances of working with distributors. And I'll never forget reaching out to him probably like the morning the show is about to start and saying, and how am I going to take orders at the show? Like I didn't even know. So yeah, sometimes you kind of have to wing it and learn as you go. But it was an order taking show. Most shows are not. And I also think it's probably a good idea to walk the floor of a show maybe before you go, if it's not, you know, a huge trip for you to take to do that, because it really helps to see like even how other brands are designing their booths or setting up and like what the vibe is. And then, you know, you might have a better comfort level once you actually get there. So let's see, my next show is, I guess we're going to be going to a tabletop show with UNFI next month. And then I always like participating in the fancy food show with Specialty Food Association. And lately I've been really focused on the distributor shows. But when I first got started, I did check out Natural Products Expo, and I mentioned America Smart. We also did the World of Tea show a couple times, which was in Las Vegas, and that was good for my brand since we are a tea-based product. I've also attended the specialty coffee show, and what else? I had a really interesting experience at BevNet in December. Went to BevNet Live, and we received a Best of Packaging award there. That was awesome. And what else? Oh, we had a great show a week or two ago. Flavors of Carolina. That's a local show. I definitely recommend checking out regional shows, and usually the booth prices are much lower. You can drive there in one day. And there are like very serious buyers that come through, and that was a great show. It was all on one floor in one room, so you really can connect with everyone. And what else do I have? So many. Converge, and then just like some other like foodie shows that we attended, and different networking events like for entrepreneurs. And if you're starting to connect with investors, like tomorrow we're going to Capital Connects, where I'll be presenting and pitching my brand to a group of investors in Greensboro, North Carolina. So definitely get out there. It's all about building your network and developing different habits and disciplines so that you can hit those 10,000 hours. Remember, when you do hit the 10,000 hours, it doesn't mean that your work is finished. If you read the book, I think that's the point where you develop a specialty in a field or a sport or whatever it is you're training for, because this is training. And so check that book out. I really like other. So enjoy your next show, and hopefully I'll see you on the floor soon.